Welcome. Today we are going to talk about the top 3 rare and most expensive Australian 10-cent coins. These small coins can look normal, but some are worth a lot of money from $1 up to $7,000. Each coin has its own history, special design, and rare mistakes that make it very valuable to collectors. Watch closely, because one of these coins could be hiding in your change right now. First up, we have the 1966 Australian 10-cent coin. This small silver coin can be worth a lot of money. Some people have sold one for $1,000, $3,000, and even up to $7,000. Hard to believe, right? But it's true. Most 1966 10-cent coins are only worth 10 cents, but a few have a special mistake that makes them very rare and worth big money. This coin was the first 10-cent coin made when Australia changed from pounds and pence to dollars and cents in 1966. That is one reason collectors love it, but the real reason some are worth so much is because of a small minting error. When the Royal Australian Mint made millions of these coins, a few came out with tiny problems that no one saw at first. One of the most famous mistakes is called the missing SD coin. The letters SD stand for Stuart Devlin, the artist who designed the coin. On most coins, you can see his tiny initials just under the Queen's neck on the front side. But on a few coins, these letters are gone. They are missing completely. This may sound like a small thing, but to coin collectors, that small difference makes a huge change in value. The reason the letters are missing is because of something called a fill die error. That means when the coin was stamped at the mint, a bit of dirt or metal filled the tiny space where the initials were supposed to be. Because of that, the letters didn't press onto the coin, leaving a blank spot instead. These coins were still sent out for people to use, so they ended up in normal pockets and change all across Australia. Over time, people began to notice this strange difference and realized it was something special. Coin experts started to call it the missing SD coin, and soon collectors wanted to own one. Because there are only a few around, the price started to rise. A normal 10-cent coin from 1966 is only worth 10 cents. But the rare missing SD version can sell anywhere from $1 to $7,000, depending on how good it looks. Coins in shiny, mint condition sell for the most. Even a coin that looks a bit old or used can still be worth a few $100s if the missing initials are clear enough. To check your coin, all you need is a good light and maybe a magnifying glass. Hold the coin so you can see the front side with Queen Elizabeth II's portrait. Look just under her neck. Normally, you will see 2 tiny letters, S and D. If you can't see them at all, your coin might be one of the rare missing SD coins. If you find one, keep it safe. Don't spend it, because you might be holding a coin worth thousands. The design of this coin is also very beautiful. The front shows a young Queen Elizabeth II, and the back shows a lyrebird, a native Australian bird known for copying sounds. This same design is still used today on 10-cent coins, though the Queen's portrait has changed over the years. The 1966 version is extra special because it marks the start of Australia's decimal currency, which replaced the old pounds and shillings. Many people still find these coins today. Some find them in old jars, coin albums, or even in spare change. It's amazing that a coin made so long ago can still be out there waiting to be found. That's part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. You never know when you'll come across something rare. So next time you see a 1966 10-cent coin, don't rush to spend it. Take a close look at it. That small coin might be worth far more than you think. Even a small missing mark can turn an ordinary coin into a hidden treasure. A tiny mistake made at the mint almost 60 years ago could now bring you up to $7,000. Always check under the Queen's portrait. If those little letters are gone, you might just have one of the rarest and most valuable Australian coins ever made. Next up, we have the 2002 Australian 10-cent coin. This coin may look new and normal, but some of them are not normal at all. A few have rare minting mistakes that make them worth a lot of money. Some people have sold these special 2002 coins for $100, $500, or even up to $2,000. That's a huge amount for something that usually buys almost nothing. Most 2002 10-cent coins are only worth 10 cents, but if you find one with a clear error, you could be holding a small treasure. The 2002 coin has the same lyrebird design on the back, just like all Australian 10-cent coins. The front side shows Queen Elizabeth II, with a more mature portrait compared to the 1966 version. Millions of these coins were made, but a few came out with strange mistakes that collectors now love. One of the most well-known problems is the double rim, or double strike error. This happens when the coin is hit twice by the stamping machine. When this happens, the coin gets a thick, raised edge or an extra ring around it that looks strange. Sometimes, the letters in the Queen's head or the lyrebird look a little doubled or blurry. There are also off-center strike errors. This means the design isn't in the middle of the coin. Instead, the picture or writing is pushed too far to one side, leaving a blank area where there should be detail. This happens when the blank coin wasn't sitting right in the machine when it was stamped. Mistakes like this don't happen often, which is why collectors pay so much for them. If you look through your spare change and see a 2002 coin with an edge that looks too thick, or a design that's off-center, don't ignore it. These are the ones worth checking. A normal 2002 10-cent coin is just worth 10 cents. But if it has one of these minting errors, the price can go from $1 to $2,000. The better the condition, the higher the value. Shiny, clean coins with clear mistakes are the most wanted by collectors. To check your coin, you don't need special tools. Just look closely at the edges and the pictures. Hold it under a bright light, or use a magnifying glass if you can. If the edge looks thicker than normal, or if the Queen's head or letters look a little doubled, you might have a rare coin. Also, look to see if the design is off-center. Even a small shift can make a big difference in value. The 2002 10-cent coin has a simple beauty. It's small, shiny, and shows off the lyrebird, one of Australia's most famous birds. The lyrebird is known for copying the sounds of other birds, and even man-made sounds like camera clicks and chainsaws. The design captures its long, curved feathers in great detail. On the other side, the Queen's portrait gives the coin a royal touch. But what makes this coin truly special is when something goes wrong during minting. Those little mistakes are what turn an everyday coin into something rare and valuable. Many people don't realize that they might have one of these coins sitting in a jar or in an old wallet. It's always worth taking a few minutes to look. A simple minting error could make a 10-cent coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These coins are a good reminder that even small things can hold great value when they're unique. So next time you go through your change, keep an eye out for a 2002 10-cent coin. Check the edges, check the design, and see if anything looks odd. A double rim, a double strike, or an off-center image could mean your coin is worth from $1 all the way to $2,000. You might just find a little piece of treasure hiding in your everyday coins. Now we have the 2000 Australian 10-cent coin. This one might look like an ordinary coin, but a few of them are very special and can be worth a lot of money. Some people have sold these rare coins for $100, $500, and even up to $1,000. Most 2010-cent coins are still only worth 10 cents, but if you find one with a minting mistake, you could have something very valuable sitting right in your pocket or coin jar. The 2010-cent coin still shows the famous lyrebird on one side and Queen Elizabeth II on the other. The design looks almost the same as other years, but what makes some 2000 coins special is a small error made at the mint. These errors are not easy to see at first, but collectors know how to spot them. Some of the rare 2000 coins have what's called a die crack error. This means that when the coin was being made, a small crack appeared in the metal stamp that presses the design. When the cracked stamp hit the coin, it left a thin raised line or mark on the coin's surface. These cracks can appear anywhere, near the Queen's head, across the letters, or even on the lyrebird's side. There are also some coins that show a light double image. This is called a double strike or die clash. It happens when the coin is struck more than once or when the dies hit each other without a coin in between. This can cause small parts of the design to appear twice or look blurry. These mistakes are not common, and that's what makes them worth so much money to collectors. If you want to check your 2010-cent coins, it's simple. Hold your coin under a bright light and look very closely. Check the Queen's face, the letters around the edge, and the lyrebird design. If you see any strange raised lines, marks, or double parts, you might have one of these rare error coins. It doesn't matter if the mistake is small, even tiny cracks or doubling can raise the value a lot. A normal 2010-cent coin is worth just 10 cents, but an error version could sell for $1, $50, or even up to $1,000, depending on how big and clear the mistake is. The better the condition of the coin, the higher the value will be. Coins that are shiny and have very little wear are always worth more. Collectors love coins that look fresh from the mint, especially if they have a clear, visible error. The year 2000 is famous for a few rare Australian era coins. The most known one is the $1 mule coin, which has the wrong design from another coin pressed on it. Because of that, collectors also started checking their 2010-cent coins more closely, and that's when they began to find these rare errors too. It's always worth taking a second look, because you never know when you might find one. The 2010-cent coin is made of copper and nickel, just like most other 10-cent coins. It has the same smooth silver look and is small but strong. It's a reminder that even the tiniest mistake can make something normal become very valuable. Many people still find these coins today in old wallets, drawers, or change jars. Some don't even realize what they have until someone points it out. So next time you find a 2010-cent coin, take a good look at it before you spend it. Check for any cracks, extra lines, or doubled designs. What looks like just a small 10-cent coin could actually be worth from $1 to $1,000. That's a big reward for such a tiny piece of metal. These small minting errors turn a normal coin into a little piece of history, and a lucky find for anyone who spots one. So there you have it, the top 3 most expensive and ultra-rare Australian 10-cent coins. These little coins might seem ordinary at first, but they can be worth a lot more than you think. The 1966 10-cent coin, with the missing SD error, can be worth up to $7,000. The 2002 10-cent coin, with its double rim or off-center strike, can bring in as much as $2,000. And the 2010-cent coin, with the die crack or double strike error, can sell for up to $1,000. It's amazing that something so small can hold such big value. Each of these coins has its own story and its own special mistake that makes it rare. They are tiny pieces of Australian history, showing how simple minting errors can turn a normal coin into a collector's dream. These coins remind us that even everyday objects can become valuable treasures if we take the time to look closely. So next time you're counting your change or checking through an old coin jar, take a good look at your 10-cent coins. You never know what you might find. That small silver coin in your hand could be worth much more than its face value, maybe even thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends who love coins and collectibles. You might help someone discover a hidden treasure in their own change. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!